As you might have experienced from our What is Acting discussion, defining acting is not an easy task. Most of the definitions in textbooks feel clunky or they don't really give you a clear answer of what acting is. So I'd have to tell you guys that my favorite definition of acting comes from a theater practitioner named Sanford Meisner, and he collaborated with several disciples of Konstantin Stanislavski during his time at a theater called the Group Theater. Meisner defined acting as living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. So I like this definition almost more than any others because you can really break it down. So first, living. Living means to literally do things. It's a combination of activities and behaviors that we do in everyday life. You enter a room, you sit on a chair, you bite your nails because you're hungry, so you make a sandwich. It's just the stuff that makes up life. The next one, truth. Truthful is more tricky, and this is in part because truth is something that I think we struggle to define in life as well as in acting. So we could easily get into the weeds, and I hope we do later in the semester, about absolute truth versus a personal truth. But in essence, when we talk about truth in theater, it means that you're really doing something. So rather than showing you that I'm gonna make a sandwich, if I'm gonna make a sandwich, I'm actually going to make it. I'm gonna do the same things as a character that I would do as a person. So in acting, we make something true by really giving our full commitment to it. Next word, under. Under brings character into the equation. A relationship develops between the actor and the character, as well as the character and other characters on stage. In some ways, the actor puts a character on like a mask. And when we put this character on, we are under the mask. So we exist inside this character, and yet we're still somehow different than we are. Next, imaginary. Imaginary or imagination is our ability to fantasize and daydream about how events happen. It's what we use to play almost every childhood game. And this wonderful function of our minds is what allows us to place ourselves in different situations. It allows us to travel outside of ourselves and to view these new and different pathways we could take. And finally, circumstances. Circumstances are the facts of a given situation. There are many categories of circumstances, and we'll talk about them a lot as the semester continues. You will discover that many of them can be sort of uncovered by asking the classic questions: who, what, where, when, how. You can analyze the circumstances of any event or a story, and the specific details of circumstances are what allows the actor to experience and become the character. So when you are asked in the future, what is acting, and you don't know what to say, I encourage you to just come back to living truthfully under imaginary circumstances.